What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we know that there's conversations and negotiations going on behind the scenes, as it should be, for the biggest fight, the most highly anticipated fight within the sport of boxing currently as it stands, and that's between undefeated three-division world champion, who former undisputed junior welterweight world champion, currently the reigning WBO welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be the number one best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, in Terence Bud Crawford, and undefeated unified three-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. is widely considered top two, if not number one, definitely top five pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, with a record of 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. And Terence Bud Crawford is 39 wins, no losses, no draws, 30 wins by way of knockout. He is 35 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. This makes for the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. It's not the biggest commercial fight in the sport of boxing, but this is indeed the biggest fight and the most anticipated fight in the sport of boxing. You have two guys that are top five pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, and they are at the peak of their career, okay? It's time to make this fight happen. And so we know that there's negotiations. There was even talks and chatter that they could be fighting June 17th. I don't know how realistic that is, okay? But I do believe that they will be facing off against one another before the year is up. Ironically, I just did a video and I talked about the guaranteed purse that Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia are reportedly set to make, okay? 8-figure guaranteed purse. Now, we know one of the biggest issues with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence fight not coming to fruition is the fact that there was no guaranteed purse involved. And if there was, it wasn't a big enough guaranteed purse to satisfy both guys. And so the fight just didn't come to fruition. Then they couldn't agree upon the date. And there was hurdles to overcome, as to be expected with a fight of this magnitude. But now, after I did that video, this is my last video I just did, and I talked about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford not getting a guaranteed purse. And now you're going to have Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, who are well-known athletes within the sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis is a massive draw within the sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis is undefeated, three-division champion, okay, and he's action-packed. 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 26 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. And Ryan Garcia is, undefeated fighter with 23 wins, no losses, no draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. But neither one, no slight to Gervonta Tank Davis, no slight to Ryan Garcia. Neither one of these fighters are as accomplished as this man, Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr., who is a unified world champion, holds 3 belts in a division. Errol Spence Jr., has beaten the likes of Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Yordenis Ugas in a unification bout. Terence Crawford is an undisputed junior welterweight world champion. Okay, he beat Sean Porter. He beat Kell Brook. He beat Yoriokas Gamboa. See, the difference between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is that Terence Crawford started his career at 130, became a champion at 135, 140, and now 147, three-division champion, and undisputed at 140, okay? So he beat guys like Yoriokas Gamboa when he was in a smaller weight class. It doesn't seem to hold a lot of weight, but Gamboa was undefeated, and he was in a lower weight class like Gervonta Tank Davis at the time Terence Crawford was. So because of Terence Crawford being in the welterweight division, it gets overlooked. And Errol Spence beating Special K Kell Brook in the UK for his first title opportunity, okay? Errol Spence went to the UK. He beat Kell Brook for Kell Brook's IBF title in the UK for his first title opportunity. That was the first fight that he had for a world title in his career, and he went over a hostile environment to fight Kell Brook, and he stopped Kell Brook in the UK in the 11th round, breaking his orbital bone and his nose, okay? Then he fought and beat 4-division world champion Mexican superstar boxer Mikey Garcia, who was a pound-for-pound top 5 fighter and undefeated. Okay. Then he beat the likes of Chris Algieri, who was a former world champion. Then he beat, Lamont Peterson, who was a former world champion. Then he beat, Sean Porter. He beat Danny Garcia. He beat your Dana Sugas, right? In unification bouts. And Terence Crawford, he beat Victor Postol when Victor Postol was the boogeyman in the 140-pound division. Many people don't remember that for a unification bout. Okay, he beat the likes of Thomas Delorme when he was somebody in the division, right? So Terence Crawford has big wins. He's undisputed in his career. Errol Spence's big wins in his career, way more accomplished than Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia has never fought for a world title, so obviously he's never won a world title. He's never been a world champion. His biggest win is over Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight star title contender Luke Campbell, who never won a world title. Now, he fought for world titles, but he never won a world title. So Ryan Garcia has beaten Javier Fortuna, who was a world champion, multi-division world champion, who was clearly a shell of himself, a rough, rugged opponent. But that's the biggest win of his career, okay? Gervonta Tank Davis, many people deem him to be only a one official weight class champion, is when he was the WBA super champion multiple times at 130 pounds. Gervonta Tank Davis at 135 is the WBA regular champion, and at 140 he's the WBA regular champion, right? So as far as accomplishment goes, Gervonta Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, nowhere near as accomplished as Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. They haven't had the big name fights, the legacy fights that these two gentlemen have had. And so, you look at the fact that it's being reported that Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis is going to receive an 8-figure guaranteed purse. Then Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, for the biggest fight in boxing, was going set to receive no guaranteed purse. Well, that's a problem. Okay, now, according to reports, they was offered in the beginning a guaranteed purse, but a small guaranteed purse for the fight of this magnitude, and was just unacceptable to what is being reported as Terence Crawford didn't want to accept that, or there was terms he didn't want to accept. So the fight didn't come to fruition, then the date was changed and so on and so forth, right? But then you look at, Gervonta Tank Davis has sold out in arenas, right? And these fighters are big fighters, but it's a commercial celebrity fight. That's what it is. It's for the casual boxing fans that are familiar with Ryan Garcia because of his social media following. But now, as I'm being told when I made that video, that in these new negotiations with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, that they will indeed have guaranteed purses. Okay, so Terence Crawford and Errol Spence will indeed have guaranteed purses. Now, this is what I'm being told. I'm actually being told this from both camps, okay, that the negotiations will include both guys, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, getting a guaranteed purse for this fight. Now, Showtime president of sports, Steven Espinosa, he's not big on this guaranteed purse situation. As he said, the guaranteed purse situations and conversations and happenings is just started in 2019. Well, we know that not to be true because we could point to plenty of fights and fighters who got guaranteed purses before 2019, way before 2019. Iron Mike Tyson was getting guaranteed purses. Holyfield got guaranteed purses. Lennox Lewis got guaranteed purses. Oscar De La Hoya got guaranteed purses. And he was Oscar De La Hoya's lawyer. So he knows for a fact that, fighters have been gaining guaranteed purses way before 2019, right? But as I told you guys, I think that the budget just simply wasn't there for Showtime at the time, and now the budget they have a new budget. And so what I'm being told from both teams is that Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, are not worrying about it, and that they will be receiving a guaranteed purse when they do come to an official agreement for this mega massive fight, and that is something that essentially, according to both sides, both teams that have reached out and told me, that's not a problem. Okay, so the guaranteed purses is not going to be a problem for this fight. Now, again, this is people from both camps that told me this, informed me this, and heard the video I made about Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, and stated that there will be guaranteed purses for Terence Crawford, Errol Spence moving forward when they officially agree to this fight. I can't wait. This is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. Errol Spence and Terence Crawford is the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. And drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new information.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Wow.